Hey guys, welcome back to more AFK Arena. In today's video, thanks to AFK Inside for these ones, we are taking a look at Awakened Athalia. First of all, wicked design, no better fitting unit in my opinion to get the Awakened version than Athalia. She was the original. I just think it's a great choice and I think it looks absolutely amazing. It just looks like an Awakened version of her, if that makes sense. So there's that. This must be the art when it splashes in for the trial maybe or something like that. I don't know, but it's a pretty sick art. I love it. It's like she's got like the spectral blades, sacred swords, whatever you want to call them, coming out from under the hand. I think it's a wicked design, but we have got skills. Now, these are incomplete. The interesting thing that I wanted to mention, first of all, is that we're an agility-based warrior. I wasn't expecting that. I was still expecting ranger. She looks really agile, but we have got the warrior for this one. Now, once again, this is not complete skills, but it gives you an idea of the playstyle, and that's what I like about seeing this stuff. I really like the look of this playstyle. Also, apologies for a lack of videos over the last few days. I had Honkai Star Rail launch on my other channel, which I've been doing a bunch of content for, and that took a bunch of time. And then on the same day, we had AFK Journey, formerly known as AFK 2 drop. So I've been trying to play that a little bit as well. So it's been hectic times. I got a wedding this weekend as well, but then next week we'll be back to regular content flow. But let's get into it. Divine Descent, the ultimate. Athalia descends from the heavens and creates a judgment sphere that lasts for X seconds, targeting the enemy hero with the highest attack, dealing damage for X% of her attack rating to the target while knocking back all other enemies within range to the edge of the battlefield. Then she uses all her sacred blades to attack the target, with each blade dealing damage for X% of her attack rating to the target. Now, the sacred blades she gets from her passive, which is her fourth skill, so keep that in mind. When a judgment sphere is active, the target cannot move, and Athalia prioritizes attacking them. While the judgment sphere continues, to knock back enemies other than the target. The battlefield can only have one judgment sphere, which disappears when the target dies. Then we got like the ascensions. This is how we get the skill ups. The cooldown of the skill Ripping Slash, which is the next ability, is reset immediately after her ultimate is used, and then ascended we get when a judgment sphere is created. Most of the target's buffs will be dispelled. While a judgment sphere exists, the skill Ripping Slash will only attack the target. Now that is huge. I feel like she's going to be an absolute monster. The cool thing about this ability is it's like I don't know how big the sphere is going to be, but it dumps it on the target and then it just keeps pushing enemies to the edge of the field. So I feel like it's good interruption, it's good damage, and then like I said, she resets the cooldown of this, and then it's also only on the target. So instead of being a random attack, it's like she's just gonna be like nuking one target, and then if she nukes them, kills them, she probably gets the energy. She goes again, she goes again, she goes again. That's what I'm anticipating. I think she's gonna be an absolute savage. Have to wait and see. I've been wrong before. I got hyped because she looks absolutely wicked. All right, let's keep going. Ripping Slash. Athalia traverses the battlefield at high... This is like her old ultimate, like base Athalia's ultimate. Traverses the battlefield at high speed, slashing X enemy heroes with the highest attack rating for X times, dealing damage for X% of her attack rating to the target and enemies in her path. When the skill ends, Athalia teleports to the enemy hero with the highest attack rating. During the skill, Athalia is invincible and untargetable. So it's pretty much... It just reads that it's going to look a lot like her previous ult. And then this is the signature items for upgrades. When an enemy suffers multiple slashes, each round of damage they receive from the skill this time is increased. And like I said, when she's uses her ult, it resets the cooldown on this, and then it always targets the enemy in the sphere. They're going to get absolutely melted if these multipliers are any good, especially when you can like stack it with her passive and stuff. A slash from the skill deals additional damage equal to X% of the health already lost by the target. We're just nuking dudes. The number of slashes this skill can inflict is increased by X times. After Athalia kills an enemy hero, the cooldown time of this skill is reduced by X%, and she immediately gains X sacred blades. Like, this is just cracked for just nuking things. If the multipliers are good enough, that's the big thing. Okay, Dancing Blades. First of all, we got a passive. All damage and health loss suffered by Athalia from behind is reduced by X%. So if she gets like assassinated by someone, I don't know how often this is going to happen, but hey, it is what it is. Active. Athalia deals damage for X% of her attack rating to enemies within a certain range X times, while the skill's passive effect mitigate damage and health loss from all directions for X seconds. During during the skill, Athalia is immune to control effects. So basically, the passive is just behind, but when she's using the active bit, it's from everywhere. Pretty nice. And she's immune to control. Don't know how long it's going to be in the animation and stuff like that. We'll have to wait and see. But for furniture, this skill dispels most of Athalia's debuffs. After the skill ends, Athalia will deal additional magic damage equal to X% of her attack rating for the subsequent X times she deals damage. There's a lot of X's, I do apologize. And then at level 9, the lower Athalia's health percentage, the higher the damage reduction from the skill's passive effect, which can go up to X%. I'm keen to see what this reduction is because honestly, you can still get one-shot by a lot of stuff, but if it's chunky enough, stack with some other things, she's going to be decent. Well, I think she's going to be a PvP monster anyway. For every X times Athalia has dealt damage, she receives 1 Sacred Blade. So this is the Sacred Blade that when she uses her ultimate, she does extra damage based on how many of these blades she has. So for every X time Athalia has dealt damage, she receives 1 Sacred Blade. This effect can only trigger X times every X seconds, and Athalia can hold up to 6 Sacred Blades. Damage dealt by Athalia is increased based on her and her target's current health percentage. The greater the difference between her and her target's current health percentage, the more the damage increases. So the bigger the gap, the more the damage. E30, when an allied hero uses their ultimate skill, Athalia receives X blades. She's just stacking these blades. This effect can only be triggered once every X seconds by each allied hero. When an allied hero dies, Athalia receives X sacred blades. So the cool thing is it can only be received so many times, like so often from each ally, but I don't think there's a cooldown between, like, if both allies go at the same time, I'm pretty sure she gained 2. When Athalia gains a Sacred Blade, she deals damage for X% of her attack rating to the enemy with the highest energy, ignoring the target's defense and reducing their current energy by X%. Have to wait and see how that is, but it's got a minimum cap. Then we've got the Piercing Aura. So now we've got some supportive stuff in it. So this is her Awakened skill. Every X Sacred Blades Athalia receives permanently increases the damage dealt by and physical pierce of her allied heroes by X% and X points respectively. Not too bad. The effect can be stacked up to X times. When an allied hero receives a control effect, the attacker takes damage equal to X% of Athalia's attack rating and is unable to recover energy in the next X seconds. This effect can only be triggered once every X seconds by each allied hero. I think this is a pretty stacked kit. I don't know what you guys think. I think she's pretty stacked. It's like single target, a massive nuke with some really solid buffs for the allies. I think good. And I think most of all, sick design. So on my free-to-play account, which is like my main most progressed account, I'm definitely going for, I think I'm up to like 400-ish summons. So I'm definitely going for her on this one. I don't even need to see multipliers. It's Athalia. She started it all with the Celestials, and we've got to get that. It's a wicked design. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I'll look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.